something in my eye. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Jan. How are you? Joe Clark. It is what it is. Good afternoon. Hi, Weepy. You're in my pocket. I am. I'm doing well. Thank you. You're good. Hi, Victoria. Watch your ears. I'm going to pop a top. Hi, Blue Jean. You bested me opening and taking a sip of a new soda pop. Come on. There we go. No, Kitty. Kitty hopped up. What it is. Hi, everybody. Live on a Sunday. Oh, my goodness. What's going on with this woman? Well, loves, hi. I'm Susan, and welcome to Lip Luck No More. Right now, we're listening to Joe Clark. I'm going to turn him off here in a minute, though, because I'm going to screen share some stuff. Why am I looking at, and you guys know, let me digress here. Oh, okay. Let me kind of, we all know that there are mandated reporters in the United States. And some know more than others about this issue. I've never been involved with CPS, Child Protective Services, or the Department of Human Services, or any, I'm not changing. Hello, I'm not changing my name. Okay. So I just know loosely, like teachers, uh, doctors, nurses, counselors, all right, that kind of thing. Are you Jam, honey? Okay. Please, hi, Bland. Please feel free. Anybody that knows anything, that you can add to what I'm going to pull up. But I want to take a moment to tell you why I'm doing it. In doing so, I want to make it clear that I am not calling out a creator. I'm not even going to mention the creator's name. I am searching for clarification for myself on a statement made by a creator on a live stream. And that statement was the following: that every United States citizen by law is a mandated reporter. I'd never heard that statement before, and I've never looked at the annotated codes. I've never looked in depth at all into mandated reporters. Here on the channel, we have touched on the topic because in some cases it could or is connected to whatever it is we're talking about at the time. But we haven't actually talked about, am I, as an old retired lady, just sitting here in my house on YouTube, am I by law, as a United States citizen, a mandated reporter? That's why I want to make it clear, and will not be mentioning the creator's name because I'm not researching it to go, oh yeah, no. I'm doing it to learn something that I don't know. I'm not here to correct anybody. I will say that there were around 1,300 people viewing when the statement was made. So at least that many people, if they actually were listening, heard it. So, Glenn, I don't think I know I said hi, baby, but I don't think I highlighted you saying hi to everybody. See, I haven't. All right. Jam has never heard that before, and Jam is knowledgeable on the topic. I'm not changing my name, says I've never heard that before. All citizens of some states are mandated reporters. Okay. Jam 420 is saying, I don't believe everyone is mandated. And Kit Branch is saying, hi, Lip Lock No More, with some swirling hearts. Kitties. Okay, I better put my soda in my little spot here in this drawer, just in case. Hi, Carrie. Hi, hon. Totally cool. Totally cool, Carrie. You know my policy. Family first. Bob took a ride on the Harley this morning. I didn't go. Weepy, what are you saying, darling? Weepy is saying, I'm one who loves your show but doesn't chat much. I lost a child and, oh, Weepy is saying, I lost a child and grandchild 3 years ago, still deeply grieving. Came across Summer's case 4 months ago. I just love your lives and people in it, no drama. Weepy. Wow. Weepy, I'm always at a loss for words, and my regular viewers realize that about me when it comes to something so, yeah, I've never experienced either of those. And Weepy, I don't want to cry. But it sounds like the way you phrased your chat that you lost your child and your grandchild at the same time. Vicky, hi, darling. Hi, Dad. Oh, Weepy. Weepy, thank you for watching the channel and for your kind words in regards to the live chat here. The mods here are very compassionate people. Many of them have experienced tragedy and lost themselves. So they keep a pretty tight rein on the shenanigans that can go down in a live chat. Thank you for trusting them. Thank you for hanging out with us. I'm glad you're here. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, darlings, I'm going to turn this off so that I can pull us up. Give me a moment. I have turned the Bluetooth off. Love you for 1,000 years. Love you for 1,000 more. Get my second screen here so I can see what we're looking at. Well, looky there, we're live. How about that? Hi, Cherokee girl. It's good to see you, darling. Prayers and love. And knowing Cherokee girl, the prayers and love are not only for Weepy. Knowing Cherokee girl, the prayers and the red hearts are for any and all who need love and prayers this morning or this afternoon for me. Hi, Grammy B. Is it better in Texas today, honey? We're fixing to get rain here. I heard a little low rumble of thunder a while ago. Babies, I think I've said hi to everybody. If I've missed you, please accept my sincere apology. I want to look at what I have pulled up here in pursuit of attempting to discover if indeed Cooking supper, Jam? Come on. I know I said to share. Why isn't it sharing? All right, let me try this again. It says the browser can't access your screen. Try capturing a different screen to see if this continues. Okay, I must be... Oh, y'all, I have almost no internet signal at all on my desktop. Okay, now it's trying to come back. No, kitty. No, baby. Please don't. Okay, babies, if we crash, I'll try to come back on the phone, using the phone as the camera and the transmitter. All right, let me try this again. It's not going to let... Share screen. It's not... Hi, Lisa Kleckner. I'm going to try one more time. Present. Share screen. Share screen. Chrome tab. Federal law, United States mandated reporter, Google search. Share. Okay. I guess that old adage, third time is a charm. All right, I'm crossing my fingers. All right, darlings. All I put in the Google search bar was federal law, United States mandated reporter. And then I hit search. This is what came up. Again, for those who were not here earlier in the live stream, the reason I'm looking at this is I heard a statement on a live stream by a creator with 1,300 people in the audience state emphatically that it is the law in the United States. Now, I can't remember exactly the way they said it, but this is what they said emphatically. That according to law, every United States citizen is a mandated reporter. I want to also remind those, I'm not reminding you because you wouldn't have been here if you weren't here, this disclaimer as well. I'm not doing this to call out that creator. I'm doing this to learn. My husband even said, honey, why don't you message that person and let them know before you go live, hey, in case you happen to see this, I don't think the person watches me, but Bob said, you could let the person know, hey, I'm about to talk about this because you said that, but I'm not doing it to be mean or ugly or call you out or anything or to be argumentative or provocative. I'm doing it because I want to know. And I said, honey, I don't have any way to contact that person behind the scenes. It would have to be a public statement, and then they're like in a chat room, and then it becomes a public statement. So there you go. Then you start some crap between some creators where there doesn't need to be any. Quite honestly, I enjoy the person's channel and have a great deal of admiration for their approach, and they're kind of like me. They ask a lot of questions, and they like getting answers. So here's what I've pulled up so far. The AI overview says, in the United States, there are several federal laws that require certain individuals to report suspected or confirmed abuse or neglect to state and local authorities. U.S. Code 34, Section 20341. This law requires the Attorney General to designate an agency to receive and investigate reports of abuse or neglect on federal lands and in federally operated facilities. Okay, that was the AI overview. Now we are looking at a snippet from NAMR.org. I'm not going to go to the site. I'm just going to look at the little synopsis that they have at the top here. Mandated reporters are people required by law, we know that, to report suspected or known instances of abuse. In most states, mandated reporters are designated by their profession, but in some states, all adults are considered mandated reporters. Okay, in some states, all adults are considered mandated reporters. Let's do this Dropbox here. And babies, as you know, once I start perusing the internet, I'm not looking, hi, Suzette. Hi, baby. Yes, Suzette. Prayers for Shay, prayers for not changing my name, and prayers for any and all, everybody that is suffering today, regardless. Okay, let's see what this says. And thank you for being here, Suzette. It's good to see you, darling. In approximately 17 states, In approximately 17 states, 26, and Puerto Rico. I don't know what that 26 means. Any person who suspects child abuse or neglect is required to report. Of these 17 states, 13 states, oh, they're footnotes. Okay, those are footnotes. I got it. Of these 17 states, 13 states and Puerto Rico specify certain professionals who must report, but also require all persons to report suspected. Of these 17 states, 13 states and Puerto Rico specify certain professionals who must report, but also require all persons to report suspected abuse or neglect, regardless of profession. Okay, now that one says all persons. The other one said, how did it say it? Adults. Okay, we have certain individuals. We have all adults in some states. And then in this one, certain professionals, but also all persons, regardless of profession. Okay. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me while I'm researching. I hope everything's okay in chat. Looks like everything's, oh, I'm on top messages. Hi, Kiki. Let me get off of top messages and get on all messages over here. Hi, Kiki. Is it true or false mandatory reporters are required by state law? I'm not looking at state laws. I want to know. All right. Let's go to the Department of Justice. They're my favorite site anyway. Anybody that's been around Lip Lock No More for any time at all knows. Yeah, that the United States Department of Justice, when it comes to just about anything that has to do with criminal behavior, they're my go-to. I go there first. Okay, kids, this looks like quite a document. Let me scroll here and see what's... Okay, this is 15 pages long. Let me peruse it. By the way, we are looking at duty to report suspected child abuse under 42 United States Code section 13031. How do I make this? Darlings, the reason I keep looking over here at my phone, the second screen, there's a delay between the command on the computer and when you guys actually see it. So I'm like double checking, are they seeing it? Trying to make it bigger for you. This actually has commands that allows, that's too big. Let's take it back because it leaves the screen. Okay. A provision of the Victims of Child Abuse Act of 1990. All covered professionals who learn of suspected child abuse while engaged in enumerated activities Okay, let's go on. Enumerated is not specifically named, means, okay, for example, and I won't go deep, but let me just, okay. The 9th Amendment of the United States Constitution is about your enumerated rights. Your enumerated rights in the Constitution are about the rights that you have, that I have as United States citizens, are freedoms that are not specifically named within the Constitution and are our assumed freedoms and rights, such as the right to vote, the right to drive a vehicle, the right to travel, the right to keep your matters private, the right to not talk about your medical conditions if you do not wish to. Okay? Those are your enumerated rights or freedoms that are covered under the Ninth Amendment of the United States Constitution. Okay? And I say all of that to help anybody that might not quite, okay, when it says, while engaged in, here, let me highlight this. I'm not going to get any deeper than that. I'm just trying to help us understand. Help me understand. All covered professionals who learn of suspected child abuse while engaged in enumerated activities and professions on federal land or in federal facilities must report that abuse regardless of where the suspected victim is cared for or resides. So enumerated activities pretty much, and I am not an attorney, so I'm not trying to interpret the law for you. I'm trying to break down a word within it. Enumerated activities would be anything not listed. Pretty much, okay? If we didn't say it specifically, this is going to cover it, kind of thing. All right, but now this is saying on federal land or in federal facilities must report regardless. That's not all U.S. citizens. Okay. Reading on, the fact that a patient has viewed child P may give reason to suspect that a child has suffered an incident of child abuse under the statute. And a covered professional is not relieved of an obligation to report the possible abuse simply because neither the covered professional nor the patient knows the identity of the child depicted in the P. There you go with your enumerated activities. Okay, but this is talking about professionals. No kidding. And I keep looking at the wrong camera. Darlings, I will provide a link to this PDF in the description below after I end the live. Guys, I'm scanning here. Okay, this is about federal land and federal facilities. Okay, that's about directing the Attorney General to designate an agency. Okay, what does this say? This will be continued on the next page, of course. Okay. Reports of child abuse required. I'm not going to say the whole law thing. I'm going to just say by this law, okay? For purposes of me being lazy, I guess, in a way, but it's a lot of numbers and all that. So I'm just going to say this law. Reports of child abuse required by this law shall be made to the local law enforcement agency or local child protective services agency that has jurisdiction to investigate reports of child abuse or to protect child abuse victims in the land area or facility in question. This is about federal lands and federally operated. Again, so I'm beginning to think that the entire under this law, the term child abuse means the physical or mental injury, sexual abuse or exploitation, or negligent treatment of a child. The term sexual abuse includes the employment, use, persuasion, inducement, enticement, or coercion of a child to engage in or assist another person to engage in sexually explicit conduct, or the rape, molestation, prostitution, or other form of sexual exploitation of children, or incest with children. Federal land, federal facility. Covered professionals. Yeah. Okay, let me go back. Wikipedia is my very last, the very last place I go. Okay, National Institutes of Health, NCBI.in. No, I can't say I'm too. I'll leave a link. I'm sorry, my vision is too poor. National Library of Medicine, National Center for Biotechnology Information, mandatory reporting laws. Definition introduction. No kitty baby. In the United States, mandatory reporting laws establish a legally enforceable duty for those who have contact with vulnerable populations to report to state and local authorities when mistreatment or abuse of those populations is suspected or confirmed. While these laws and the populations they cover vary by state, they generally include children, the disabled, and the elderly. Some states also assign this reportable duty to abuse between intimate partners. These laws typically cover neglect as well as physical, sexual, emotional, and financial abuse. While those individuals mandated to report also vary by state, they generally include child care providers, clergy, coaches, counselors, healthcare providers, law enforcement, principals, and teachers. In addition to their obligation to report mistreatment of vulnerable patients, healthcare professionals are also required to report certain infectious diseases deemed to be public health hazards to state and local authorities. Y'all, now, I always like to remind my viewers, when I provide links in a description, you can rest assured I've already clicked it, so I'm comfortable there. Please always use caution when you are clicking on a recommended link. Use discernment and discretion. In this particular case, this is an official website of the United States government, whatever that may mean to you or not. Okay, we won't go off into. Y'all, this keeps saying state by state. All right, let me back up. How long have we been on here? I can't tell over there. All right, I'm going to stop sharing this. Am I back? Hi, Annie Lou. Am I back? We went down there for a minute. It's telling me I'm live, but hi, Tears Ran Dry. Maybe I'm just looking to see if I've missed saying hello to anybody while I was screen sharing. See, Annie Lou, honey, since you weren't here earlier, babies, you're going to hear me say this for the third time if you were here at the beginning. Annie Lou, honey, I was watching a live stream, and there were 13, I believe a little over 1,300 people watching, listening. And the channel holder, the content creator, made the definitive statement that all United States citizens by law are mandated reporters. I'd never heard that before, and I started looking, and finally, because Bob was going to go do some shopping and everything, I finally just said to him, I said, honey, I'm going to throw in some lipstick and go live, because if usually when I get to looking at stuff like this, y'all know that's what ends up happening. I end up going live and going, well, here's what I'm looking at, and I can't find. Annie Lou, I can't find anywhere either, and now with limited Googling, okay? We're not talking me doing a deep dive here. We're talking about me maybe spending an hour at most just surfing the internet, trying to find any place that it says that all United States citizens by law are mandated reporters. Hi, Pink. And I can't find it anywhere that says that. And as I, that's what we're finding here, what we're looking at, Annie Lou. Darling, that's exactly what we are finding. And I made it clear earlier, I'm not calling the person out, so I'm not naming them. But when I hear something like that, if nothing else, if anybody that watches me heard that, then maybe they'll see this live stream and go, well, we're not saying that you're spreading disinformation. Maybe that person didn't understand something that they read. But it does cause me concern that many people heard this statement. And we all know how this business works with chat rooms. How many times is that going to get repeated? If it is not true, is there any potential harm or damage or danger? Probably not, because I think I would rather that all United States citizens be mandated reporters as opposed to just certain professionals and certain lands and certain facilities where anybody is required to report. I would love it, honestly. With that, I haven't thought it through, but it sounds like a good idea, okay? That if you see it, you say something about it, and you're required to. But I can't find, hi Jenny from the block, I can't find in this very just skimming across the surface, but we are going to sites that should be able to tell us. United States Department of Justice, surely they know what the federal law is. Oh, not changing my name. Darling, thank you. Thank you for your $5 super chat. I donated for the kitties in rags. Love your rescue. You know what? I'm going to have to go live over there eventually, or the people over there are going to totally abandon me, and I wouldn't blame them. I think I've only been live over there one time since Baby Dumpling passed away. Anyway, yeah, Kit, thank you too for thanking, not changing my name. But darlings, why, hi Beck. So to close that out, I'm not going to really invest the time that I use for study and research, like really diving into this, because I'm into this Darvo thing. You guys know that. And right now, I'm after we get off of here, I'm going to continue my reading, my private reading on that, on DARVO. And because next we're going to talk about DARVO, Darvo, with narcissists and narcissistic behavior and handling that. And so I want to get back to that. And that's what I'm really focused on now, other than the work that I do that doesn't come on YouTube. But just based on what we've looked at here, it's worrisome. Let me use that word. Because I'm not the empress of YouTube. It's not my job, although this is a commentary, critique, criticism, opinion, review, and whatever the heck I want to talk about channel. It's all of that, yeah. But it's not like I consider it, oh, it's my job. Oh, you said that, and so now I'm going to have to do all this research to tell you that you were wrong. No. That is not at all what's going on here. But I cannot find anything to substantiate the claim. So, because of that, I want to say this. It is worrisome to me as a fellow YouTube creator that any of us, including myself, makes such a definitive, I know I keep using that word, but that's what it was. There were no ifs, ands, and buts about the statement. It's worrisome to me that it was said on the internet on a live stream on YouTube with 1,300 people watching. not because of potential danger or harm to anyone, but merely because it's misinformation based on what I have found so far and based on what you darlings, hi Sammy Sparrow, are saying in the chat right now. Here, habits matters. And there I go dropping out again. So, darling, wait, sorry, baby, I grabbed the wrong one because here's, where did it go? Hi, Alwyn. Hello, darling. Where'd it go? Here we go. Annie Lou. Show it. My computer is running slow and acting weird. Show that I'm going to have a cow. Annie Lou, baby, if I thought that's what the creator meant, I wouldn't even be looking at it. If that person had said, as far as I'm concerned, everybody in the United States, every United States citizen should be required by law to be a mandated reporter, but that is not what they said. They definitively said every United States citizen is a mandated reporter by law. I can't find that law. And you babies here again that know about things, those of you who have experience in areas where I have zilch, nada, none. Hi, Red's Paradise. So, all right. Well, at least I think we, all 33 of us, that's including me. Hey, and thank you guys for showing up. You know, this isn't, you guys know what sells. Look, it's like on television news, print news, radio news. Back in the day, there was a saying, darlings, and it's harsh, but it's true. If it bleeds, it leads. That same mentality has transferred over to this media platform. Most folks are here for entertainment, not for education and information. And in this particular sector of YouTube, preaching to the choir, folks are more interested in drama. Unfortunately, than actually learning and knowing and then applying what we have learned. And it makes me sad. It makes me sad for those who will suffer in the long run because of it. So instead of a politically correct story today to close out, I'm going to just randomly pick a poem. And we never know what we're going to get when it comes to Rod McEwen. Give me a moment, I'm perusing. When we do our politically correct bedtime stories, darlings, I need to be in a certain headspace. And today, learning of Weepy's loss of 3 years ago, seeing you babies in chat, sharing different things, Um, I don't feel today that my goofy, silly uh, reading of a politically correct bedtime story would be appropriate. So I'm going to find something else. Okay. I do not own the rights to the following material. I'm going to be reading from Listen to the Warm by my favorite poet of my generation, Rod McKuen. Published by Random House. Copyright held by Mr. Rod McKuen, 1963, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. And from beginning on page 46, I'm going to read poem number 29. Sitting on the hill today, I watched the fog making its way past rooftops and down along the tree till it was by my side and all about me. Even the river on the land below was gone, as brown October opened up her arms and let the mist go free. Coming up the hill, a never-ending column of uniformed men. I never thought I'd fall in love with you either, or send you long misspelled letters that came back to me unopened. I didn't need this time. And now the mist from on the mountains comes along the town, gathers as the darkness shrouds the world, hides the lone dog smelling at the pavement, the wretched beggars, the street urchins sleeping in the railway station, and the women in dirty aprons, shining shoes. Against the sky, a farmer leads his cattle home. A soldier thumbs a ride from a passing jeep as the beer hall, with its peeling walls and overhead steam pipes and dark corners smelling of urine, closes for the night. Number 30. Snowfall in wild and dizzy patterns, quiet, saddened snowfall. It's quiet snow that I remember best. Snowfall in Brahms on November nights at Columbia. You were inattentive, busying yourself with a woman's work. And I would lie upon the bed, picking out imperfections in the ceiling till you were ready for me. 31. For a long time after she closed the door behind her and her footsteps ceased echoing down the hall, I lay on the bed listening to the soba man playing his sad horn outside the window. It's the same Tokyo spring I knew a year ago. Fewer strangers walk the dark streets now, and those who have solitary ways. They go along their private rivers to their private beds, and I to mine, alone, never needing the companionship or the comradeship of strangers more. 32. First aid, last rites, the hour-to-hour way we live. God is in our minds every time we hit the trench. An hour later, true time takes over and fills us up with love remembered or good time love to come. I killed a man today. The only thing I'd hurt before was you one time while making love, and then I only kissed you too hard. How does it feel to kill? Like dying lonesome and unloved yourself. Like cutting living grass or losing all your marbles in a match that wasn't right. They are not dummies on an infiltration field. The silent enemy breathes too. Someone should have told me that before I ran that endless field. When true time takes me over now, after God has held my mind a while, I think of love. I think of my fellow man, perhaps a little more today. Tomorrow I'll go gently then and give the other side a chance. From Listen to the Warmth by Rod McEwen. Published by Random House. Used under fair use. Very powerful plan, and obviously written from a soldier's perspective. Pretty melancholy, huh? But told you babies before, they're called emotions for a reason. They move. We're not always happy, we're not always sad, we're not always angry, we're not always glad. And that's just what I was led to read today. That's what came up, and so it could be that somebody just needed something that was said there by Mr. McEwen. I don't know. All right, we need a song and say goodbye. Because I got hamburgers to fry. We're having burgers today. We ate our leftovers last night. We're going to have bacon cheeseburgers, baby. Bacon cheeseburgers and either chips or fries. I'm not sure yet. So we need a song. Give me a second, I'm thinking. Oh, that's a crazy one. No, that's not appropriate for what we've hang on. And all else fails. And especially on a Sunday. Why not pull out my mama's Heavenly Highway hymns? Shape notes singing. Google that. Yep, that's my mama's handwriting. All right, hang on. Kitty, get down. Mommy's fixing to sing. Oh, weepy honey, because he lives. Honey, I don't know all the words. And Weepy, it's very serendipitous that you would ask for that one. It's my mother's favorite. Because he lives. Sweetheart, Weepy, hang on. I'm going to write it down. Post-it note. Baby, I'm not going to try it today because since you asked for it, I want to do a good job, not just a fly by the seat of my pants job. So, Weepy. Okay, you see that? Wait. For Weepy. Now what I'm going to do is, now it's blurry, but you can see it. I'm going to work on it so that when I do it for you, I'll do a decent job. Okay? In the meantime, I'm going to do number 84. This is copyright 1937 by Stamps Baxter Music Company, renewed in 1966. I think it says, all rights reserved. I once was lost in sin, but Jesus took me in. And then a little light from heaven filled my soul. It bathed my heart in love and wrote my name above. And just a little talk with Jesus made me whole. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Let us tell him all about our troubles. He will hear our faintest cry, and he will answer by and by. Now when you feel a little prayer wheel turning, and you know a little fire is burning, you will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right, makes it right. Sometimes my path seems drear without a ray of cheer, and then a cloud of doubt may hide, and then a cloud of doubt may hide the light of day. The mist of sins may rise and hide the starry skies, but just a little talk with Jesus clears the way. So let us have a little talk with Jesus. Let us tell him all about our troubles. He will hear our faintest cry. He will answer by and by. When you feel a little prayer wheel turning, and you know a little fire is burning, you will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right, makes it right. I may have doubts and fears, my eyes be filled with tears, but Jesus is a friend who watches day and night. I go to him in prayer. He knows my every care. And just a little talk with Jesus makes it right. So let us have a little talk with Jesus. Let us tell him all about our troubles. He'll hear our faintest cry, and he will answer by and by. When you feel a little prayer wheel turning, then you'll know a little fire's burning. And that's when you have a little talk with Jesus, to make it right. Make it right. I love you all so much. Thank you for showing up today, and please continue being kind to one another. It ain't going to hurt you none. It ain't going to cost you a single penny. It's going to come back to you. You just wait and see. You mark my words. Yeah, if I'm a lying, I'm a dying. I ain't a kidding with you. It's going to come back at you. You'll be like, oh my goodness, where did all that kindness come from? Oh, it got collected up and it come back at me right when I needed it the most. All right, now, enough of my silliness. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I got rowdy cats to tend to. All right. Behave yourselves. Let us have a little talk with Jesus. Let us tell him all about our troubles. He will hear our faintest cry, and he will answer by and by.